For those of you looking for something a bit more robust and iconic, Anvil will have you covered with one of our fan favorite ships, the Carrack, which entered production at Foundry 42 UK recently, has successfully completed its white box review and is currently moving into the earliest stages of gray box phase. For a ship this size, there's still a fair amount of work to be done, but it's beyond thrilling to see this beloved ship currently making its way through the ship pipeline. Stay tuned for more information as it becomes available.
Right now, I'm kinda know that the ship got a little bit bigger than what it was originally planned. And as usual, this is caused by the difference between the initial blockout and how much room we actually need as artists. Like put some nice layering on the walls, like whenever you have pipes, whenever you have stuff cutting into it, even if player cannot get there, you can see this stuff. And the deeper it gets, the more layers you get, the more interesting it has, especially in a style like Anvil's kinda interior. Which hasn't really been shown before to the public yet. No one actually seen the Anvil capital ships. This is going to be the first one. This is going to be the one thing we've learned on our bigger ships that we've done before is that everything is being driven by interior. There is no point starting the exterior work until we're 100% happy that the interior works exactly as it should. It doesn't create any problems. All the viz areas are working fine. There is enough room for everything. Nothing needs to be shifted. Because before, on the first ships we've made, we kind of tried to build both at the same time. And that started causing conflicts. And you had to go back and redo quite a lot of things, which we kind of stopped doing. Exterior always started a little bit after everything else. So the exterior visually isn't going to change much. It's very layered. It's very kind of utilitarian. It's very militaristic. It's much more militaristic, I would say, than what Aegis does. So just because when the ship was planned out, every kind of room, we had like, well, let's say 25 centimeters for every wall, and then another room started. We need about 2 meters between those rooms because we need at least a meter to start putting things in. That difference, that pushes things a little bit. Luckily, it's usually uniform. So the ship, even if the ship gets bigger, it doesn't really get bigger only in one direction. It basically just scales up by, I don't know, 20% or depending on the ship really and on the style. We build the interior seems to be fairly consistent with what we wanted to do with the ship originally. It follows the original guidelines quite close. It's pretty much a Prometheus from the movie of our universe. This is the explorer's ship. This is the ship that you can basically just get a crew of other 5 people and just go on an adventure of exploring planets. And you can spend on this ship months or years. You just go, and it's self-sustaining. It's really, really mobile. You can modify it, or like you can customize it to some extent, depending, do you want to do like a deep space exploration or planet exploration, or do you just want to haul some cargo into a very, very long distance? There will be a possibility to play around with that. It's also fairly well armed, so it can defend itself. If it's gonna get attacked, it's quite good at it. It has possibility of on-foot exploration, so it has a rover. Because it is the exploration ship of the universe, the whole interior is gonna feel very, very open. The canopy that you can basically hang on top of the visual, like a lot of windows, a lot of nice visual, like open rooms, especially on the top deck. Even possibility to walk easily on top of the ship, like the top airlock is going to be connected to a set of balconies that kind of will be going around the hangar for the smaller ship. You can kind of just walk there, and instead of forcing yourself, there will be just room for players to walk around it, which is going to be really, really nice.